All right, hello and welcome to the weather update. It's 10 o'clock on May 19th, 2023, and you see a lot of high clouds around for the day. They kind of broke up a little bit toward the evening, and then we have some clouds coming in, some more clouds coming in just about now. However, we also are dealing with a little more smoke around. You can see the smoke mixed in with these clouds here. We had a little less smoke today in the air, a little less, but we had all the cloud cover. We still had some of it, though. You could see some of it over there as well. And looking at the satellite loop from last night, I want to play this for you because I actually uploaded this, but we're going to play this as well for you because it's just really showing how these wildfires are exploding. And first of all, you'll see here, this is from last night. Infrared, pyrocumulus, perhaps a pyrocumulonimbus cloud here from a wildfire that is occurring in northeastern British Columbia. So put this into motion here. You see all this. This is from last night. We're going to look at it again tonight. But I forgot to show you this loop. Look at how these fires are just exploding. Every evening they just explode. Look at that. You can see the smoke plumes spread out. It's unbelievable what's going on there in British Columbia and Saskatchewan. And Alberta as well. Well, it's mostly Alberta and British Columbia and some Saskatchewan as well. Looking at the smoke right now, for this is the MODIS satellite, you can still see there's a huge area of smoke here from British Columbia going across Alberta and Saskatchewan. It looks like a bunch of fires just exploded in Saskatchewan as well. And then I think we may have a few even in Manitoba. And, of course, we have the Northwest Territories as well, which is obscured due to some cloud cover. Perhaps they're getting some rain. I doubt it. I think these are just clouds that are covering up the smoke here. Oh, you can see, yep, there's some fires. Or is that just ice, I think. But if we put the add layers on here, and we do add fires, all right, so hit fires, and actually we could do aerosol index. So we have fires, and let's see if we can do this aerosol index. This might actually show some new information here. So we're going to put this on here and see what this does. That's kind of that's going to mess it up. That's not what we want. Let's go back here. We want the fires and thermal anomalies day and night. So we're going to add this here and close this, and then we should be able to add the fires in here. And you can see this will show all the fires burning right now. And you can see we have a lot of fires burning in British Columbia, fires burning in Alberta, fires burning in Saskatchewan, large fires in Saskatchewan as well now, and also some in the Northwest Territories. And it's just incredible what's happening here. It really is incredible. And so we're going to be dealing with that smoke for a while now. I'll take this layer off. But we're going to be dealing with that smoke for quite a while. And you could see, looking across the country here, you can see the smoke over New York. You can see it over Maine. And you can see this is a low pressure system with the cold front. There's going to be smoke behind this front as well. You can see as well. And then we have plenty more in the pipeline here. So we're going to be dealing with this for quite a while. And so looking at let's go to the some pictures from today, just to show you what the skies look like today. So this is what it looked like earlier. You can see a lot of high and maybe some mid-level clouds here at Argyle Lake in Babylon. You can see again some high clouds, mid-level clouds, and then like a little lower deck actually offshore there. And then by the evening it started breaking up a little bit. So a little after 5 o'clock, you can see it started breaking up. And then for sunset, the smoke, you can see the smoke very visible here in the sunset. In fact, the sun is kind of getting blocked by the smoke. You can see the smoke. This is sunset at Morgan Days Park. And again, looking at that sun, that's all smoke. Those aren't clouds. That's smoke. Yeah, incredible to see for sure as we continue to deal with this ongoing natural disaster, as we deal with the wrath of the climate crisis going on. So looking at the current weather map now, you can see we have low pressures centers that are off to the west. This is going to be a slow-moving cold front, and we have this other system here. And they're going to sort of maybe combine forces a little bit, but this is this coastal system here. This is going to come up the coast and bring us a soaker for tomorrow, it looks like now. So it looks like we are going to have a soaker tomorrow. I know it sucks. A lot of people had plans for Saturday. The timing is awful, but we do need the rain because we certainly don't want to be going through what they're going through in Canada right now. We need the rain. We don't want to have any big fires like that here. All right. So you can see here we do have a low pressure here area that's going to come up, and if you see moving into tomorrow, you see that it comes up into our area for tomorrow, and then for day 3 it moves out, and we have that cold front come through, but we may have a lot of smoke behind that cold front. So let's look at the Storm Prediction Center for severe weather, and you'll see that there is a slight risk in Texas and part of Oklahoma. It's not really that widespread at all going on. And if we move this to the next day, day 2, you'll see it's just marginal risk in the southeast. Nothing really crazy with that. I'm not going to go to that yet. So you can see here, looking at the map here, you'll see severe thunderstorm watch and a few severe thunderstorm warnings, no tornado warnings. Looking at these air quality advisories, there's a number of them. There's actually one in Arizona as well for ozone. And then we have for smoke in effect for in much of Montana, Washington State, and also in Illinois as well for wildfire smoke. And that's I feel we're going to be dealing with that come Sunday. Even some down here too in Louisiana. I wonder if that's due to wildfire smoke. So really incredible to see. Putting the temperatures on the screen here, you'll see here temperatures generally across the country. There is some heat in the south. Mostly not too much heat, except mainly in the west again. That's where we're dealing with the heat in the west. In the interior west, along the coast, you'll see that there are 50s, but the interior is hot. And then if you go into Canada, of course, you're still dealing with temperatures that are pretty warm as well. Not quite as crazy as what they were dealing with earlier, but you can still see temperatures 70 degrees and some wind gusts too, which aren't going to help with the fires. That's only going to fan the flames, even though the temperatures are lower. 64, the dew point's 38, and the north wind at 13, gusting at 22 is not good for a wildfire at all. And you can see there's some colder air up here in this area here, but we're not going to see any of that move out of that area anytime soon. And you go into British Columbia, you still got heat at 81, so you're still dealing with heat pretty much. And it looks like now we've got a red flag warning in effect for parts of Alaska. So will Alaska be the next place to burn? It could very well be. So let's go to our area, and you'll see temperatures today was pretty cool again. So look at Islip here, 58 degrees, south-southeast wind. And even here in the middle of the island, it was cool. 50. So we got into the mid-60s today. It looks like below normal once again. Pretty strong southerly winds throughout the day, keeping us pretty cool. And even here in Mineola, 58 at Carl Place. So it's still pretty cool out, depending everywhere you went today. So let's go look at the high temperatures for the day. And you see highs generally in the mid-60s, pretty much everywhere. Mid-60s everywhere across Long Island, except maybe way on the South Fork. It's some low 60s. It does show 71 in Carl Place. I'm a little leery. I don't think it got that warm, because I was out in the noon, and I don't think it got that warm. I think we only got to the mid to upper 60s, and that was it. Even here, I think those thermometers are a little off, because even Central Park got up to 69. LaGuardia got up to 70. And let's see how Jersey did here. Even Jersey, not that warm. Look, a little bit warmer. I see a 70 in Toms River, so it was warmer there, 71. But not all that warm today, below normal again. So looking at the lows, low is 46 at West Hampton. Everyone else had lows around 50 degrees. It actually got a little cooler, actually, in East Hampton, 37. And a 37 also in the New Jersey Pine Barrens as well. We're not going to be seeing those temperatures drop nearly as much tonight as we deal with the warmer air coming in. So let's look at the latest Canadian wildfires. Just the latest news here. I'm not going to click on any of these, but you can see it's talking about the smoke drifting in. But there isn't much news about all the fires themselves. It's mainly the effects on the United States. And, of course, because results for Canada. I guess maybe if you're looking at Google Canada, you might have better information on it. So let's go to the smoke models first. We're going to do this first. All right. This is the latest vertically integrated smoke model here from the RAP. And you'll see here, this little center of smoke here is working its way toward us. And that's why I think we're going to be dealing with this on Sunday. This only goes out till tomorrow, but there's a whole bunch more that's going to be even thicker. So we're going to probably be dealing with this all week long, unfortunately. Otherwise, we'll have a lot of sunny weather this next week, but we're going to be dealing with it all week long. So there's a run that actually goes further out. I figured it out. It's the 15Z run or the 16Z run. Is it the 15Z run? Yeah, this is the one that goes further out. So there's a 15Z run of this that goes further out, and we're going to run this and show it to you. And you'll see that center, that area that over the Great Lakes drift toward us as we get towards Sunday, and that's why I think we're going to be dealing with that on Sunday. And then after that, we're going to be dealing with way more smoke. Throughout the whole week, we're going to be dealing with smoke. So it's not going to be good. It's going to be very smoky and hazy for this week, again, because of these fires. I mean, it's insane. Look at this. I mean, it's nuts. It really is. And, what can I say? It really is. So let's go to the tropical tidbits model here. We'll show you the radar first of all as well. And you can see here's this cold front here. But then you have this other area of moisture here. So this is the area that's going to be drifting up the coast here. This low here. Many of them must have tropical characteristics to it. Probably not. But and then you have scattered activity in Texas as well as this area. And this also shows Canada too. There's some rain in southern Alberta, but not north where the fires are. There's nothing really going on. And some of these might actually be radar echoes from the fires themselves, not actual rain. They could actually cause their own storms with pyrocumulus, with lightning, and that actually starts new fires. So yeah, it's pretty nuts out over there. And again, not a whole lot of the media is just ignoring this. It's horrible. It really is. They're in their own world. The media is just, I hate to say it, like I can't stand Donald Trump, but he was right when he said they're fake news. They really are. They're totally oblivious to the reality of what's going on. He was right about that. He may be crazy, but he was right about one thing. So they are fake news because they don't want to report on what matters to people. They really don't. This climate crisis is serious, but they don't want to talk about it. So yeah, this is the area that we're looking at right now. So let's go to the satellite. I'm going to just move a couple of satellites around. Let's go to the, I don't know if we have a mid-Atlantic floater we can use. Let's see. We have a U.S. East Coast floater, so we'll use the U.S. Atlantic Coast floater, I think. And I'm going to do GLM flash intensity to see if there's any lightning here. And there is some. You can see that here. There is some lightning actually being detected here with this system. So we have to watch this. It doesn't look like anything, but it could have some tropical characteristics perhaps. Now let's go to the view for southeastern Alaska. Take a look at these fires. You can sort of see them again here. There they are. It looks a little different than yesterday, but that could be a fire right there. Maybe a pyrocumulus cloud right there, perhaps. Doesn't look like it's exploding quite as much as yesterday, but we may just not be able to see what's happening because the smoke is so thick. I mean, look at how thick it is. It's incredible. If we go look at the northern U.S. here, you'll see. Again, look at that loop there. I mean, that's just, look at that, all that smoke. My gosh. Let's make this a little longer here. So there you go. Look at all that smoke. That's just a lot of smoke. There's nothing, no two ways about it. So let's go to tropical tidbits here, which I think I might have closed out or never put on the screen. Oh, before I do that, let's go to look at the stats for the day. Ice slip. And looking at ice slip, you'll see here, high was 67, normal high 69. So we're a degree below normal, fairly close to normal. It's a little bit below normal today, so not quite as below normal as we've been. Central Park, they were 3 degrees below normal, so still a little bit below normal with the temperatures today. So let's go to the tidbits model here and take a look and see what we're going to be dealing with here. So this high moves offshore. This storm here kind of goes up in between the two, it's got like a little hybrid low. It's mainly gonna just bring rain, and then the cold front comes through tomorrow night, late tomorrow night. So unfortunately, the rain's going to be lingering throughout much of the day tomorrow, but then it's dry Sunday, and then after that we have high pressure build down on us for next week, and you'll see that. But again, we may be dealing with a lot of that smoke. All right. So taking a closer look at things, let's go to the HRRR model, and all the models now are in agreement with the HRRR GFS solution here. So here comes the showers. It'll be scattered showers. It doesn't really start getting more numerous until we get later in the day. Here we are, late afternoon, evening. It's going to pour, and we're going to have some heavy rain, showers, and thunderstorms, perhaps even, with this. And it looks like it could get quite a bit of rain here. And it's going to linger till around at least 10 o'clock, 10, 11 o'clock before it finally gets out of here. But then there could be another little area of rain overnight, a little after midnight. So looking at all this, total accumulated precip is now, again, I think we're going to see 1 to 2 inches of rain out of this, so it is needed, and it has it over the whole area. So that's what the HRRR has. Dew points and wind flow we'll go over briefly here. Obviously, the moisture levels come up tomorrow. Southerly winds tonight will be breezy too, so it's going to be kind of a wind-driven rain, humid, tropical feel. Dew points up into the mid-60s, and then the drier air comes back in for Sunday. You see there it is, and we'll have dew points dropping on Sunday. But, yeah, it's going to be quite moist and muggy tomorrow. So it's like I said, it's going to be a tropical feel, so it's tropical air, tropical type of low coming in to the area. And you see the temperatures won't go all that high tomorrow. Probably just upper 60s to maybe 70 because of the cloud cover and the rain. And then Sunday, it's as far as we go on this. Still don't have the whole run of the HRRR in yet. Let's look at a few more models so we can get an idea of the rain tomorrow. So let's look at this one here. And this is the NAM model, and you'll see the NAM also is now having it lingering. And some really heavy rain showing up here around 7, 8 o'clock. Could even be some thunderstorms in here, perhaps. I would not be surprised. Probably nothing severe, but it's going to be thunderstorms. The main thing is going to be heavy rain with these thunderstorms. And then you have the cold front that comes later on. So it could be, if I go to the earlier run of the NAM, the 18Z, you'll see it's going to linger around throughout your evening, and then it doesn't really get on out of here until Sunday, and then it finally improves. Now let's see how much the NAM is giving us as far as total rainfall goes. And again, I think that 1 to 2 inch is a good amount, and we might overperform like the last time. So who knows? We've hardly get any rain this month. Maybe we get all the rain we're supposed to get for the whole month of May in one day tomorrow. Maybe that's going to happen again. It would not surprise me. Let's go to the GFS and see how much rain it's calling for. And it seems to have it more further east. I don't know if I agree with that. I really don't. I think it's going to be a little more further west. But I think there are going to be people that are going to get over 2 inches, maybe even 3 inches of rain from this storm. So looking at the GFS here, showing you as we get into Sunday, you'll see dew points drop. They won't drop all that much. The air isn't that cool. See, in the Monday, we're still dealing with, and we're dealing with an easterly flow, so that should keep the temperatures down. Sunday's probably going to wind up being warmer than Monday. So Sunday we'll probably have highs in the low to mid 70s, and then for Monday, maybe a tad cooler if we have an east wind, but probably close to average, I think. It'll be close to average, I think. And then Tuesday also close to average temperatures, I think low 70s. Dew points do drop on Tuesday a little bit, so we do have drier air, oddly enough, working in from the east. Skies, obviously tomorrow we'll be having plenty of clouds around. So let's look at this first for tomorrow. You'll see plenty of clouds. And then Sunday we may even have some clouds lingering around a little bit. And then for Monday, we should have just scattered clouds. And then for Tuesday, probably clear. But again, there may not be clouds, but there's going to probably be a lot of haze and smoke. And it may be really thick, maybe even to the point where we actually smell it and we may need an air quality alert, perhaps, depending on how things work. We'll have to see. With the east winds, it helps. At least they're not west. It would be worse if they were west, but, we could still deal with that. Just run the RGM for skies here, and you'll see here. This is the RGM for skies. You see it keeps the cirrus around. Even this front just gets stuck offshore and kind of keeps the clouds around. Maybe we get rid of them by the afternoon, maybe. But, again, we could be dealing with some smoke. All right, so keep that in mind. This is it for Monday. And Monday it's showing a good amount of sunshine. But again, you've got to remember that we may be dealing with a lot of that smoke around. So I think that just because it's showing clear skies doesn't mean you're actually going to see any blue sky, because I think we're going to be having a lot more smoke than what we've been having, actually. We've been getting off easy. The smoke hasn't been that thick here. It's been thick at times, but I think it's going to get very noticeable as we get Sunday into Monday. I really think we're going to need some air quality alerts. It would not surprise me at all whatsoever if we did. So let's lastly go, and I just want to go to Mount Washington. You may ask, why am I looking at Mount Washington Observatory? Because I want to see if they're noting any smoke up there. Oh, it's 40. That's warm for them. I don't see any observations of smoke up there, but it may eventually be noted up there, perhaps. We'll have to see what happens. So let's lastly go to the what else did I want to look at here? I always feels like I'm leaving something out. I don't know why. And then I remember after it, oh yeah, I forgot that. But let's see if we can look at one other thing here. Oh, Ventu sky. All right, yeah, that's what I was forgetting. So let's go to tomorrow here. We're just going to look at Ventu sky again and show you again those strong southerlies coming in. It's going to be a strong it'll be LLJ type of deal here. You put the gusts in here, and you can see you can have wind gusts up to 32 miles an hour with these showers. So yeah, it's going to be tropical showery downpours here that you're going to have here with this. All right, and if we go to precipitation, you'll see this is what we got. So again, heavy rain. It's showing heavy rain, mostly western. It's hard to say, but I think the whole area is going to see it. Tomorrow is going to be a soaker, unfortunately. So, unfortunately, your Saturday is ruined, but Sunday will be salvaged. But Saturday, certainly a wet day. You're going to have to be inside. Thunderstorm activity. We'll just go to this for a minute and see if we have any Cape levels. We don't really have anything too much here. Let's go and look at lifted index. Doesn't look too bad. So I don't think there'll be any severe. It's mainly the threat of just heavy rain with these storms. And like I said, we could see some localized flash flooding and localized amounts of possibly over 3 inches of rain possible. Would not surprise me, as we're dealing with some really tropical moisture here. Again, if we put the humidity in here and show you the humidity is like 100%. This air is pretty saturated. Dew points up there as well. So it's going to be a humid, wet, yucky day. My advice, you're just going to have to stay inside tomorrow. Any plans outdoors, I'm sorry, but the whole day is going to be ruined with this whole tropical mess coming in. But we do need the rain. The timing sucks, but we need it. We don't want to be going through what they're going through in Canada with all those wildfires. So that's going to be it for this weather update. Have a good night.